Here we go. Welcome to the stream, everyone. My name is Diala. Tonight we're doing a shoutcast for Ghost War D-League. Tonight we have on the Alpha team, Torture Nightmare. Inviting Bravo team, Bad News. I wish to welcome you all to this shoutcast. Torture Nightmare is a team that won the previous season of the Ghost War D-League. This is gonna be a sweaty match. Both teams have loaded into the lobby. I am set of the observer. This stream is delayed 5 minutes. If you have any questions, we have a bunch of awesome moderators in the chat. Feel free to ask anything and they will help you. As this stream is 5 minutes delayed, I will be able to read chat, but what you will hear will come 5 minutes later. Thank you so much for the follow, TMA TV. So the map for this evening, it's evening over here, could be day for you guys, is Desert Outpost. It's the best out of 9. We get clear skies. I think we got 16 hours. We'll see if they changed that. Give me a second. Nope, we got overcast and midnight. There we go, there they said it. Thank you for the streams, welcome everyone. Nameless Rage, Vaporwolf, thank you for the hosts. Noble Prime, thank you. Schmirik, thank you for the follow. Hi Gunny Gamer. Hi Bookstick, TMA Killer. TMA TV, welcome. Hey Piper. The Desert Outpost map that we'll see today is a fairly large map. And since we're playing at night, thermal and drones, providing that intel is going to be vital. On the Alpha team we have B-Boy Quest 9, the leader. We have Punisher, IR. Matthews, Chasington. The other team we have Big Frog, Eki, Al Capone Gear, and Mo Paddy. As we can see on both sides, they are picking up thermal. Alpha team is going for Medic, Artillery, Toxic, and Predator. 3 drones, while the Bravo team got Medic, Toxic, Pointman, and Tech. That Tech might be very interesting to see how they use it, as it will take down any drone that's in the air. However, having 3 drones might be able to counter the Tech, as they will be able to pick up no drones. This will be a very, very interesting game. I am so happy I get to shoutcast this. My name is Diala and this is my 3rd time doing a shoutcast, so please bear with me. Responding in as Bad News here. Here we go. Both teams approach quickly, throwing out the drones. They need that intel. Where is the enemy pushing? We got blue team rushing for the tower top side. red team as well. They have one person left behind using that drone. Blue team is choosing to push up harder. And we're about to see contact. We get nades. We get contact. Having that intel about how many people are pushing up and where they are is so crucial at this point. Bad News is trying to avoid the mortar, as Tortured Nightmare is pushing up. They got the tower. Will he make it all the way up? He does. He has a vantage point over the Bravo team. Here we go. Got two people up in there. Red team may not be able to hide behind those rocks, as Blue team got that vantage point. Tortured Nightmare is picking up a drone, getting eyes for those people up there in that tower. First person die is down. As we are watching a very aggressive team. Opponent is running back. Will he make it? It's out in the open. Mo Paddock kills B-Boy Quest. Medic drone is up. Will he shoot it down? They got it down. They got Eki back up. This is intense, guys. Blue team does have the tower, but red team got 3 people back up using that medic drone. Those 2 bodies are hard to get for both teams, as they are quite out in the open. Easy to guard for both teams, really. Now this is interesting. We got Punisher up in the tower while Paddy is hiding beneath. We got 2 blues on the right side and 2 blues on the left. They are taking damage. That point man, Capone, is in trouble. He goes down as Punisher from the tower gets him. Only 3 people left on the blue team and 2 people left on the red. Can he do difference? No! Punisher gets Paddy where he was hiding under the tower. Blue team is starting to push up as only the medic is left on the red team. Medic is falling back on the red team. He's in a bad position as 3 of them are pushing for him. Blue team could have gone for the pickup there, but they were strong and knew that he was alone. First round, Tortured Nightmare. That was one intensive match. As both teams chose the same road, decided to push for that tower. Having that intel of how many there are and where they are is at that point so crucial, since it's so dark at night. Predator, Artillery, Toxic and Medic. 3 rounds again for the Alpha team. Bravo team is going for Medic, Tech, Pointman and Toxic, keeping that Tech. Would it be better for them to pick a 3rd round to get that information? Or might they do something with that Tech? Here we go. Medic drone is up on the red team. This is what they're watching. This is what they say. Blue team are all pushing. Here we go. Blue team has almost taken the outpost top building. Red team only has 1 person pushing up. He might be outnumbered at this point. Using that gas very efficiently to push back the blue team and kill one of them. Red is responding. Got 2 people up on the top. Does blue know? Does blue know that there's only 2 of them up there? Paddy did a good job taking out the first person on the blue team. It is far from over. Punisher throws a good nade, killing Paddy. He's now in a flanking position. Might get taken out for going for that. Blue team is going for a res. They might get it. There they go. Blue team got the 4th person up again. Red team's not really there. They do not dare to pick that person up just yet. Will they do it? Maybe. Do they know that the person who was flanking them is no longer there? There we go. They did it with a medic drone. And Punisher on the blue team is pushing up. Eki gets B-Boy quest as he is flanking them from the center of the map. We have a 3 versus 4 situation. Now down to a 3 versus 3 situation. It is tight of space up here. Big Frog goes down, the medic. Blue pushing hard, getting Paddy down as well. Matthew goes down by the proxy. Red team only has 1 person left. That Toxic is in the way. Making sure Eki will not reach his friends, as he's the only one left at the red team at the moment. Blue team is making a move. Going for the rest of the 4th comrade. How will Eki deal with this? He can say that they're now 4 and they will push him hard. Eki takes down 1 person but goes down in the end. Ooh, this is intense. We're seeing both teams push that high ground again. And it is intense. We get the toxic drones being used a lot. And efficiently, as we could see in the first part where red team managed to push blue back. It wasn't enough though, as blue team came around and eventually grabbed this 2nd round. For this 3rd round, the alpha team, the blue team, is choosing medic, toxic, predator and artillery. 3 drones again. Now all 3 of them have thermal, while red team got artillery, tech, toxic and disruptor. Now that disruptor can be very, very useful as we get into those close combats, as it will not let the enemy know if they are marked, if they are within the range of that disruptor. So blue team switched in a medic last time, and now red team is switching out the medic. Teams are pinging and relaying information. Here we go. Blue team is pushing hard again. Red team needs to make a move if they want to grab that high ground. We got all 4 of them pushing for the hill. Getting slowed by the gas. Red is choosing a different path this time. They are going for the center. Now they might be a bit too spread out. Moped is going for the flank. But blue has information that red is not pushing up, knowing that they will be somewhere else. Will Paddy be able to make a successful flank and take them out? Now that disruptor, run by Capone on the red team right now, he needs to be close with the enemy to be most efficient. He needs to be close, and I mean real close. Which might make this choice of not pushing for the tower, to me, seem a bit odd. I understand if red wants to try something new, But choosing the disruptor, they might have wanted to push up and grab that and go in for the fight really, or the tower up top. Now we come to some sort of a standstill here. Red team is actually spread out pretty much across the center of the map, while blue team is holding the tower as well as being on guard for those flanks. It's so important that the team keeps communicating and relaying the information they have. Intel is so important. Here we go. Paddy is moving up. Though he needs to get out in the open in order to get anyone from the blue team at this point. And blue team having Chisel there is a good positioning for him. Now, here we go. Capone has finally made it into the center, and he was able to disrupt Chising, forcing him to move a bit. Not as much as they might want, or disturbing him as much as they want, but at least a bit. Blue's picking up the mortar. We're gonna need that information. Red team is not having it, and the drone is shut down. Both teams are being a bit more passive, a bit more careful at this point. Both teams have taken shots. And this is Ghost War League. This is the D-League for PS4. So there are no health boxes. There is also no ammo points. Having no health boxes means that the only way that you can get health is by being revived. And having a player down is a really bad thing for any team. Mo Paddy makes a move and Chisington goes down. That flank was successful. Now remember, blue team has a medic. And here we go. Red team is pushing them a bit harder. And blue team is taking damage. Mo Paddy takes out Punisher. We got a 2 versus 4 situation and blue is bleeding badly. Here we go. Mo Paddy kills B-Boy Quest along with Big Frog. And Matthew goes down. They turn it around, guys. They turn it around. Bad news. Got their first round match of this game. Get a score now of 2-1. This is so intense, my friends. It's so intense. We don't use friendly fire in this league, so being close and comfortable with your friends, you won't really put them in any danger and shooting close to them. Let's see what to go for this time. Alpha team looks like they're going for the same as Toxic Artillery, Predator and Medic. Bravo team got the Tech, Artillery, Toxic and Disruptor, keeping that Disruptor. Again, they are leaving the Medic out of it, while Alpha team kept that Medic on. Here we go. It is on. Drone is up. Red team. Let's head over to the red team's medic drone. It was taken down. And red team is pushing up. Blue team is pushing up as well. We're now spectating B-Boy Quest, the leader of Fortune Nightmare. Blue team. As they are fighting to keep those drones out of the air. Both teams are choosing a different style this time. They are facing off in the center. Now look at this. We got red team already set up. Blue team is coming in. We got a bit slow at this point, but they might be set up in just a few minutes. The time limit of these games Time limit of a round is 10 minutes, giving the teams plenty of time to rotate and to work the tactics. This is making it interesting. Blue team has their toxic a bit further back. As Capone on the red team is now pushing up, using that disruptor to disrupt Punisher on the blue team. This makes him blind. This makes his minimap not work. We'll see it from his view. Get the minimap not working. Does he know how close they are? Because if his team is marking anyone on the red team, he needs them to tell him. Because he won't see it on the minimap. As you can tell, it is disrupted. We get mortars running down. Big Frog takes out Matthew on the blue team. But it's not over as they pick him up. Now this toxic is really making the people move around. Here we go. Bebo Quest and Mo Paddy and Big Frog are all facing up in the center. Bebo Quest might need to fall back or at least get some help from his friends on the flanks. Or he might be taken out by the red team. Both teams has taken damage. Here we go. Red team is trying to push that high ground a bit. And blue team has one of their players fallen back to pick up the drone safely. Big Frog and Mo Paddy on the red team is taking that building. Is waiting for Capone really to join them. As he is the disruptor, and it would make sense that he would be on the front line disrupting the enemies. Now he's a bit far back, which is something I do not really understand. Is it because he can't move up or because he won't move up? Now Ike on the red team has a good position. That, or where Big Frog is where you want that disruptor. You want him close to the enemy. We get more drones in the air. And the disruptor is trying to move around. Blue team is taking it a bit more defensive. Do they know that red team is trying to make the way around that big rock in the center? Blue team is rotating. They do have the medic in the back, keeping them safe. Disruptor is pushing up. Mo Paddy takes out Chisington. And Bebo Quest is now in trouble as Disruptor is on his tail. He will need his friend. Bebo Quest managed to take out Capone. He is safe. But one more is coming. Do they know? Do they have the information? Look, they are so close at this point. If they only have that information, they will be able to act on it. Red team can in no possible way pick up the last person at this point. Blue team get all 4 players back. Mo Paddy takes out Bebo Quest as he moves to take him. Punisher was not fast enough to be able to cover him as we have more drones in the air. Chisington and Matthew takes out Big Frog. Mo takes out Matthews. It's one big awesome mess. We get Paddy stuck here between Punisher and Chisington as Ike is keeping Paddy's flank. Punisher has moved out. He's far away from his teammate Chisington. Maybe too far. Will they be able to help each other? Now you would want Mo Paddy to maybe move and get Capone up as they are in the center. However, they are in the middle of the whole mess. And Chissington might just have a view on that, as well as Punisher, making it impossible, really, for Mo to move. Here we go. Toxic drone is up, and remember they do have thermal, making it easy to find their enemies. Did he get it set off? Here they push. Here we go. It's on. Moped takes out Chissington, leaving the Predator with battle rage. Oh no! He goes down! They pushed too slow and Red Team took home that last round. That was intense. Having that information and relaying it to your friends is so important. Seeing where the others are. Whew. One big awesome mess. I love it. Good job on both teams. That was intense. For this next round, the score is 2-2, and Alpha Team is choosing Toxic, Artillery, Disruptor and Medic. Bravo Team got the Tech, Artillery, Toxic and Disruptor. So Alpha Team is now taking in the Disruptor. They saw how effective that was in the close combat. They saw exactly what they needed to change to this round. Whew. Red Team is keeping the Disruptor on. So the difference right now is the Red Team does have the tech, the ability to take down a drone, while the Blue Team has 3 drones, which is an awesome way of countering that tech. As long as they keep 1 drone up at a time, Red Team can only take down 1 drone and Blue Team will pick up more as soon as 1 drone goes down. Both teams are pushing center at this point. Here we go, both disruptors are in the center. This will be interesting. For some reason we can't tell that Capone is disrupted. There it goes. If one disruptor is disrupting the other disruptor is disrupting the first one, if that makes any sense. Here we go. Moped is going for the flank again. He's pushing far in. Do they know? Do they know? They did not. Moped takes out Chissington as he tries to move up. Disruptor's Punisher does have a good position. He just needs his friends to move up. Matthews is a bit far behind, but Bieber Quest does have a good position as far as being able to back up Punisher if he needs it. But they do need Matthew at this point to move up. They are 3 to 4 at this point, and they need the 4th player in the air. Medic drone is up. He goes to ping first and then picks up. He needs to be... He wasn't fast enough. There we go. Moped takes out Chissington again. So they know he's still in the area. Like, Capone is moving up, making it hard for Punisher to stay in that position. Red Team is now being more aggressive and pushing, making Matthews push back. Does Mo know that B-Boy Quest is there? Will B-Boy Quest be able to take up Mo? Was behind it, so Mo could not touch him. The disruptors are still being close to each other, annoying each other, being in the way. Let's move in and see what Eki sees. He has his toxic drone up at this point. He's disrupted, as you can see on the minimap. He cannot tell where his friends are, he can't tell where the enemy is at this point. Capone and Eki takes out Punisher and they are now no longer disrupted. Blue Team needs to think carefully about what to do next. Let's have it over to the medic and see how long Here we go. And blue team still have their medic and they can pick someone up with that. We just need someone to make sure that the friend won't die immediately. Here we go. They are picking him up and it is close. Mo Paddy moves up, kills Chissington again. This must be very annoying for the blue team and they need to keep each other's backs safe. Here we go, they're climbing over. Matthew kills Capone as he climbs over. Mo Paddy goes for B-Boy quests and he has Eki as backup. Matthew takes out Mo. He's now alone. And Eki tells out Matthew. Oh my god, this is so intense. It's not over until it's over. Score is now 2-3. 2-3. Which means that Bad News turned it 2-0 into a 2-3. Let's see what they picked this time. Blue team, Torture Nightmare, is going for the Diversionist, Medic, Artillery and Predator. Swapping out that. Late, they changed to Toxic. Bad News got Tech, Artillery, Toxic and Disruptor. Now this is the setup they had to win this last rounds and they are continuing to keep that. Alpha team no longer will use the Disruptor, but that didn't go very well. Now, we're saying that when Blue team, Torture Nightmare, did push for that hill, they came out on top of that. So, they might want to push that again, because that was a very successful run for them. Here we go. Blue team is though pushing center as well as a red. So the whole battlefield, the whole arena has moved from the top side to the center. But the center is where red team has had their advantages, is where they won. We got drones in the air, almost taking out Punisher. Gas drones are up, we got explosions on site. The teams are not as aggressive this time. Blue team is holding off a bit as well as red. Now look at this. Punisher is going for the flank. And so is Mo Paddy. Now if Punisher can get a flank on the flanker, he might be able to come out on top of that. Blue Mortar is taking out of the air. Punisher might just see Paddy from this angle. Let's have a look. If he can see him, he's in a good position now. Slowly moving up on that flank. Does Red have this information? Do they know that they're being flanked? They can see that the gas drone came up from that general area. We'll get both gas drone. We'll get one gas drone, one mortar in the air. We get Big Frog on the red team going on the right hand side here. Going for that high hill. Mo Paddy is aggressive. Mo Paddy on the red team on Bad News is aggressive. And he's working out a new flank this time. Will he be able to take him out? Here we go. It's on. He does it. Mo Paddy takes out Chissington and red team is moving in to back him up. How are Blue gonna counter this? The attempted flank was maybe a bit too slow. Though stealthy indeed by Punisher. Blue team needs the backup to come in and help them at this point. We get Matthews in a bad position in the center as he might be taken out easily by a drone if they see him. He's way in the open right there. He doesn't get spotted though, and he moves in. Eki and Capone. Do they know that they're being flanked at this point? Matthews and Punisher have now made good work around getting to the spawn site of the red team. So they are one person down, making them at a disadvantage at this point. Here we go. Capone is moving up, and Punisher knows that he's disrupted. The minimap is taking out. If he can get eyes on Capone or get a ping, Capone will be dead. Oh my god! Capone fired too soon, revealing his location to Punisher as Punisher moves up and takes him out. Eki tries to help Capone, but he takes out as well. This turned quickly. We got 3 people left on blue team and only 2 on red team. The blue team is taking a lot of hits. It's not much life left on those. How is red team going to handle this? We got Punisher and Big Frog coming up close to each other. Do they know? Using that drone to get the information, Chessington moves in. If blue team will close in, they might just take them out quickly. And Chessington goes for Mo. And he takes him out, leaving only Big Frog left on the red team. He's now being pushed. Big Boy did not know where he was and he got shot in the back moving into Chessington. But now they know exactly where Big Frog is. And he is in trouble. Punisher is still in his drone, relaying that information to his teammates where they are. Big Frog takes out Matthews and Chessington moves in and kills Big Frog. It's a 3-3 setting. Like, this is best out of 9. So the first team to get to 5 is the winner. The Tortured Nightmare got that round. They are taking back. So this time, Alpha, the blue team, goes for Predator, Artillery, Toxic, and Medic. Bravo team holds on to Artillery, Tech, Toxic, and Disruptor. As I said earlier, this was the first win for blue team facing off the red team in the center. They did a very good job when they pushed for that tower up top. We'll see if they will use that again. Will they go for that tower? Because that was their winning tactic. They gave them the first 2 wins. And it seemed like the red team wasn't really prepared for that, as they lost the first 2 rounds. But these are 2 very good teams. Very good teams. They take the information they get and they learn. Something's not working, you don't give up, you change the tactics and you try again. We can see both teams are a bit more passive here. Blue has 1 person pushing up the center, but the other ones are falling a bit behind. One of them, Punisher, is going for that flank. Now red is moving up. 2 of them are in the center, 2 of them are still in the back. That's the drones. Now going to join the others. Blue is putting out gas, making red move back and securing that area. Now the gas drone is still in the air, relaying information to blue team. And as soon as it's down, look at that. Blue team got a mortar up. Blue team now have the information and are able to move. Red team is in trouble, being forced to push back and make a run for it. And red team is now going for that tower up on top. Let's see if they will be successful doing that. Blue team now has a big flank on the left side and 3 of them are in the center. And we come to standstill. Both teams are waiting for the drones get up in the air and to get that information. First up is the motor drone on the red team. Flying high, trying to make sure it doesn't get knocked out of the sky. Trying to find the other team. Gas drone is up on the blue team, as well as the gas drone on the red team. Now red team dares to pick up 2 drones at the same time, since they know that blue team hasn't been running with the tech so far. It has not been their style. Now the gas drone is relaying important information, making B-Boy Quest and Chessington move in. No, hold on, there's a mine, a proxy. Almost stepped on it. Now red team does have the hillside here. Blue team is regrouping. Both teams are strong, they have good gun game. And they have good tactics. Just a matter of saying who comes out on top. This is neck and neck sweaty game. The score is 3-3. Red gets the gas drone up, forcing Chessington to move back. Now getting those drones out of the air is so important to make sure that your enemy does not get the information. However, as you shoot, you make a sound marker, making the enemy team aware of where you are. Red team is keeping that mortar above their own heads, making it hard for blue team to shoot them. Chessington seems to have view of Eki, the toxic, on red team. We'll move the camera into something that giving us a red ring around. Let's see, here we go. Matthews might be working up on that flank, as they still have one person left in the center. That's the Punisher with a gas drone relaying information. Red team is a bit spread out, though they have the tower. Using the tower to their advantage, they might be able to save the enemy out there in the open. Big Frog is a bit alone over there on the right side. Punisher and Chisholm takes out Eke as that gas drone is doing its job, taking him out. And we got damages on both teams at this point. You can see their health bars blinking. Blue team has all 4 of the people up, while red team only has 3. Capone is in standoff here, waiting to be able to pick up his friend. Chessington moves in and kills Big Frog along with Matthews. They're pushing him together. He had no chance being there on his own. As the Punisher holds the left side here, we'll see if Capone manages to pick up his friend. He does! Punisher did not get to disrupt that. Eki and Capone are now both up in play. Punisher and Eki are so close. Punisher goes for it and Eki goes down. They did not know that he was in the area, or they would probably have pushed together. Now Capone and Mo is leaving the tower, moving around and down. Chessington is hunting Paddy. We got Punisher and Capone in close combat. Chessington takes out Mo as he was hunting him down. Now Capone is the only one left. Does he know? He tries to go for Eki and pick him up, but that's a no-go because blue team gassed the area. They're out in the open. Capone manages to take out Punisher, but the other ones are moving in. That medic drone did its job, getting Punisher up, but it's far from over. Capone is now alone and in the bunker, inside the armory. It's a matter of time, really. they can get those bombs in there and take him out. Here we go, it is on! And Chessington and Punisher takes out Capone. Whew! Torture Nightmare takes the lead with a score of 4 versus 3. Whew! It's anyone's game still at this point. Now, if Blue Team, Torture Nightmare, takes home this next round, it's over and they will have won. So Red Team needs to think really carefully what tactic to choose and use. Now, Alpha Team, the Blue Team, goes for Toxic, Predator, Artillery and Medic. And Red Team got Artillery, Tech, Toxic and Disruptor. Both teams are using Thermal on the drones. Still a very, very smart move to be able to see anything in this dark desert. So Red needs to think, how are they gonna do this? Are they gonna go for something risky and try? Or are they gonna play it more safe? We're now watching from the mortar drone of the Red Team. Here we go. Blue Team get the medic drone up to look for the enemies. Red Team got 2 people already in the center of the map, while Blue Team is now holding off. Blue Team knows that they do not have to be aggressive at this point and just waits for Red to move. Now they might be a bit too spread out at this point. Red is using the gas to push them back and they are already on the big rock. Capone and Mo getting pushed back by the Blue Team as they use the drone and the Toxic. Let's see now what Blue Team does, what kind of moves they will make. As they are very spread out at this point, we get Punisher going for the left side flank. We get Matthews in the middle of the straight. B-Boy Quest in the back along with Chisholm. But look at this lineup. Look at this lineup. They are communicating and they got ice. The motion drone is taken out by the Red Team. The Blue Team got their friends covered. Now Red has 3 people pushed up and the third one a bit more back. That is Eki, the Toxic. Using those Toxic drones is so important. Here we go. We got a mortar in the air. We got a gas drone in the air. They need to find them and they need to use them. Using those abilities, using the mortar and using the Toxic to make your enemies move. To push them forward, push them backwards, getting them into the position that you want them to get into. Or really just making them move, getting them into the open and taking them out while they run. Because staying in the gas is making your life goes dying all the time. Now look at this. Red Team has pushed in, taking out the big rock. Blue is being more passive at this point. And Red Team does have Eki in the back with the gas drone, trying to hold off anyone who tries to flank. Punisher is over there. He's not affected by that gas that is close to him. He's safe. Blue picks up mortar. Now if you can get a mortar on these 3 people, getting them to move, push them back, Blue might be able to get a more powerful position. As they have 2 people out in the road is not the most optimal one. But here we go. They are on the move. They are getting that flank on. Red Team is forced to fall back. How much do they know? Red Team got the next drone up as well as Blue Team. Mo is being risky and aggressive again, trying to get to that center. The gas drone is though forcing him. If Punisher now has view on him, he could take him out. But his friends do have his back. AK's back there, as we can see on the right side. And if Punisher peeks, he might just get his head shot off. On the other hand, they need to do something. Look at this. This is a beautiful lineup by Blue. They are holding this off. Red is also being passive, but more hiding in the safe areas of those buildings. I am surprised though that they have not yet used the toxic on Eke, the toxic red on the left side, to make him move, because he's still quite in the open, and if they had a flank on him still, they would be able to take him out as they make him move. Blue team is again regrouping, falling back. Both teams knows that this match, this game, this round is so important. If blue teams gets the upper hand, the whole game will be over and they would take home the win. Now red is not going to give up that easy. They're going to fight for it. But being a bit more defensive, being less aggressive, playing it a bit more safe because they want that win. Now we're seeing Punisher on the blue team falling back and moving to the left side. Doing a really long run here, heading for that high side. On the other team we have Mo, who is now out on the right side, going for the flank. So we get 3 people in the center of both teams, and we get 1 flanker on each side. Now this is interesting. Who has the most information? Who is able to stop the flank? Do they know Pat is coming over there? If they don't, he might just run in and make it short. Red is using that drone to push back B-Boy Quest, as Mo is keeping on moving that flank. Punisher has a safe position where he drones from, not taking that upper tower. Red team is now rotating and Mo has the flank. Do they know? We got a lot of pings. Can't tell which team is pinging though. Where? Let's look at how they are positioning themselves. B-Boy now is behind this rock. He knows that they're coming. But Mo is able to take out Shizington. And he is shooting B-Boy Quest, taking him out with him. As they work very, very well with that mortar drone, making them move. In a short amount of time, 2 people are down on the blue team. Here we go, it's intense. Punisher is able to take out Big Frog as well as Eke. It's now 2 versus 2. This took a turn very, very quickly. The gas drone is up on the blue team, pinging out where they are. Now Matthews and Punisher are going to have to work close together on the blue team, as well as Capone and Mo Paddy on the red team. Relaying that information is so important. But red team doesn't have a drone anymore. Blue team does. Red team does have a disruptor. Blue does not. How is this going to end? Now both teams are taking a lot of damage. You can see the blinking health bars. It is so close. A few taps and it will be a 1 versus 1 situation. Now Capone is in the center. Does he know that Punisher is so close? Looking down at him. Capone takes out Matthews. Punisher needs to act. He did not know where he was, or he would probably have been able to save Matthews. Now he's falling back a bit. He shouldn't fall back too far though. or red team will go for the revives. If they do that, blue team will be at an even greater disadvantage. Now the Punisher being the toxic, he does still have the drone. And you can see the blinking health bars of both the tech and the disruptor on the red team is blinking. Now the gas is strong. If he manages get it right on someone who doesn't get to move in time, he could take someone out with it. He could easily turn this into that. He goes for it. Now Mopad does escape the area, but he is hurt as well as Capone on the red team. Punisher is falling a bit more. Now let's go. 15 seconds left. Red is going for a slight push. Blue is falling back, going for the draw. That is a smart move, as they are 2 and he's only 1. The score is 4-3. And we got a draw. Whew. Both teams are playing very well. Let's see what they pick for the next round. Now blue team goes for toxic, predator, artillery and medic. 3 downs, 3 thermal. Bravo team, the red team goes for artillery, tech, toxic and disruptor. Now both teams are kind of holding on to what they know works. Let's see how they will utilize it this round. As we had 8 rounds, we're moving into the 9th. The score is 4 to blue and 3 to red. Let's move over to the blue team. Here we go, spectating Vapor Quest, the leader of the blue team, playing the medic. Now that red mortar might be a problem. He's gone up to his medic drone fast. He got marked and he needs to move. Very nice job. Staying too late in that drone, well, it will give you the opportunity and the ability to get more information. However, having that mortar drone up on the other team is lethal. If it drops on your head, you might be taken out. Releasing the camera. Now this time blue. Got 2 people in the center. 1 person back there. And there we have Punisher. Out on the left. Now red team is doing the same thing, just on the other side. They got 3 people in the center, while Mo is going for the flank. And we know that Mo's flanking has been successful and lethal for blue. So they need to be able to catch that flank, see it coming and stop it. Red is up with the drone, the mortar. Blue catches Mo on that flank, he will have to move back. Now Capone on the red team, being the disruptor, he wants to get into that center position. He's now rotating around, getting behind Paddy, giving him support and backup. Blue team is rotating onto the other side. They got a mortar in. Gas drone is up from the red team. Both teams are being a bit more cautious, as they know, just as they knew last round, this is a point map. But Matthews know that Mo is now in the center of the city hunting him. Mo has been doing those flanks very successfully before. And he's an aggressive player in that. Now Red Team's Capone has moved back to the center with his friend with Eke and Big, as he is the disruptor. Blue Team is making a beautiful walk around here on the left side. Let's get in and see what Chessington says right now. He's hiding behind this rock, but he's getting marked. Using that quick getaway a good way. I say it is on. He's not in the area to be disrupted though. Being marked again by the gas drain, it is not an easy position to be in. Moving on to his friend Matthews here on the side. Holding this position close to Chessington, they are keeping each other safe. Red is now pretty much spread out as they have 3 people center and 1 in the back. There, I almost lost him. That's how deep the flank is. Punisher is going for the deep flank. He's at the spawn of Red Team. Now, as we have seen before, he does the flank well, but might be a bit too slow doing it or being too cautious. However, if they see him, if they find him, they will take him out. Always that hard decision. How will you play it? What tactic will you use? We got more mortars in the air as Red Team gets the drone up. Gas drone and Blue Team is up. See how they will utilize those. Big Frog is spotted and he needs to move, as well as Matthews. He doesn't get away in time though, as Big Frog's drone takes him out. The medic drone is up and picking Matthews up. It's all good. What was this for again? But Chessington might be in bad position now, as Mo sort of has the flank of them. But B-Boy Quest being in the back there, if he sees Mo, he might be able to warn them as they're going for the hard battle in close combat. Al Capone comes out on the safe side of it as he takes out Chessington. He has Eki next to him, backing him up. Matthews is now out in the open. He will need his friends to back him up at this point. Mo's getting on the flank of him and he's being disrupted. This is a very difficult situation for him. Matthews does not have visualization by the minimap and he's in dangerous territory. B-Boy Quest might be able to catch that Mo as he is trying to do the flank. Ek is pushing and Matthews is holding off. Now they are 2 and he's just 1. He needs Punisher and B-Boy Quest to get to him. Mo is going for the flank and he goes in and he kills B-Boy Quest, being super stealthy. Punisher needs to back up Matthews as he's being pushed. Capone takes out Matthews. This might be the last part of this round, as Punisher is the only one left on the Blue Team, while Red Team has 4 people up. Did Punisher fall back too far maybe to be able to save his friends and keep them backed up? Or was he simply caught in that? Now he's going for Big Frog, revealing his position as he shoots. He takes out Big Frog, good job, but there's 3 more to go, and he trades with Mo. And the round is over. We got a 4 versus 4 scoreboard. This might be the last round determining who's winning this game. I imagine both teams being quite nervous at this point. They need to do their absolute best here. Let's see if they change anything up or if they stay, because they both had successes with their lines up. So blue team is going for artillery, toxic, scout and medic. That's a change up. Bravo team is going for artillery, tech, toxic and disruptor. That means we got 4 drones on the alpha team. They are going for that intel. We haven't seen any scouts yet in this match. This is the first time we see it. And the scout has the advantage of getting that sun marker when your enemy is moving. Now he wasn't using that with the thermal though. We'll have a look. Look at this scoreboard. So this is the map overview. We can see the red team is pushing in, as well as blue team. They both have the drones falling a bit behind, which is quite perfectly normal. But they need to get the drone up there. They need to get the gun there. Red team has now 3 people in the center, while blue team has all 4. Big Frog, being the mortar, is now joining up with the rest. We are using the toxic again to make the blue move. Ek is going for the flank and Mo is already crossed half the map. Capone is moving up, trying to disrupt the enemies. Do you think they might be in for a bad surprise if they do not see Mo being there? They need that information. If it was close enough to Mo, Mo might have been able to hear his drone go up though. That's something to keep in mind as well. Blue now has the top side of the hill and they are rotating. Punisher pushing in and red team is now forced to retreat and regroup. As the blue team is no longer in the central, they really need to get back there and help get the side safe. Punisher goes out as well as Eke. Medic drone is up. Will he be able to get it? It's so close. He gets him up, but Mo is on the site. Will they be able to protect Punisher? Baby Quest is still in his drone, relaying information. Maybe he needs to get out of there and use his gun instead. It is so close. Mo is out as well as Punisher. And it is on. Look at that. Capone takes out Matthews. Now Baby Quest still has his medic drone. So he will most likely be able to pick up a friend. But Capone is there. He's disrupting. He's making things difficult for the blue team. Big Frog is backing him up. There we go. Blue got 1 person up. They are all though disrupted, making it really hard to know where the enemy is. Blue team now has all 4 up and Capone is very lone in that center. Now all 4 in the blue team is being disrupted, making it so hard for them to have that information as they don't have any minimap. But they do push up, they do communicate and takes out Al Capone. Big Frog is now the only one left on the red team. Can he turn this around or is it over? Blue team is moving up and they are on the hunt. It is done. It is over. Big Frog goes down and Torture Nightmare takes home the win. Score 5-4. JJ's, my friend. JJ's. Awesome job, guys. Awesome job. That was so intense. Whew. My name is Diola. This was my 3rd Shoutcast. I hope you enjoyed. This was a lot of fun. Both teams did an amazing job. Look at those scoreboards. Look at those scoreboards. Punisher has a really good 14 kills, but Mo has 21. It wasn't enough though, as they got robbed of victory in the last round. Awesome job, everyone. Awesome job. We knew that this was going to be a sweaty game, and it was. As we can see now, the teams are leaving the lobby. Let me take a second, catch up with chat. For those of you who are new, my name is Diala. I'm new to this shoutcasting and I hope that you enjoyed. I know I did. Let me have a look at what's going on in the chat. Thank you again, Teammate TV, for the follow. Schmedic, thank you for the follow. Noble, thank you for the raid. The host, Nameless Raid, thank you for the views. Host. Vaporwall, thank you for the host. I am Slim, thank you so much for the host. Ling Ling, Turd Stuffer 9000, Cold Army, thank you all for the hosts. This was one sweaty game. One very sweaty game indeed. Whew. It's awesome seeing all of you in here. All of my friends. So this time, Punishers took home Total Nightmare. Total Nightmare took home the victory. B-Boy Quest led his team to victory. It was a sweaty game. It was very nice play on both teams. Veteran Board, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you all enjoyed. Now, the next shoutcast will take place on this channel in less than 24 hours. I will do the shoutcast for Tortured Nightmares next game. It will be for the week 5. They will then face Ghost United. I hope to see you all here tomorrow in less than 24 hours. I had an amazing time. I hope you had too. Now this stream is 5 minutes delayed. Hope you enjoyed and I will catch you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you all enjoyed. My name is Diala. Love you all. I'm out.